Hey guys, we have made it to the end. Can you believe it already? We have made it to the end.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms.
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Real Housewives of Potomac. This is the season finale. It is season 4, episode 18. And yeah, we have actually made it to the end of this whole season. Kind of fast. It just blew by. It was for a finale, it really, nothing real big. It just just like the train just eased on into the station. So I'm kind of thinking, I think the reunion is going to be a whole mess. I believe we're going to get some stuff going on at this reunion. But anyway, let's go through it. Karen went to visit Chris and Monique. And, she's still powering through this pregnancy and whatnot. And it's so strange to me. She was just filling them in on the stuff with the Cayman Island trip. And she's still going on and on about Michael's innocence versus his non-innocence. They really do believe that he, money is the thing, and that he basically bought a dismissal is what they think, And that's pretty much across the board. Why is everyone in their confessionals, though, really questioning the validity of Karen's fragrance, La Dame? Now, that seems strange to me. To create a fragrance is not so... Maybe to some people it seems way out. To me, it doesn't seem way out. I do clothing design, and those things kind of slide by each other all the time. So it doesn't seem like such a big feat to me to create a fragrance. That doesn't seem out of reach to me. That definitely feels to me like if I decided tomorrow that I wanted to work on a fragrance, that I could do that. I believe I could do that. I could bring it to fruition. So for me, it doesn't seem like such a far stretch. You know what I mean? So I don't know what their thought process is, but they really are questioning her. And it's like everybody. No, Karen don't always tell the truth. But when it comes to business, Ray is a businessman. A stone cold businessman. So I don't, if he had to buy the fragrance for her and buy the business and put it on the shelves, it could be done. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Anyway, drop it in the comments. So that's what was going on with that visit. Then after that, we actually see Ashley and Michael at the doctor's office, and she is indeed 6.5 weeks pregnant. Michael is such a weirdo. He's just sitting there and he doesn't even look happy. He doesn't look happy. And somewhere in the back of my mind, I just feel like Michael didn't really want a baby with Ashley, but that's just my feelings. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Anyway, moving on. Giselle and Robin meet up. They go out, they see the house, see that she's actually been working on the house. The house is coming along. They talk about Katie and how Katie, how she just left the Cayman Islands and she's just kind of like, yeah, well, whatever, like nothing ever happened. She don't give a shit. She's over you all. And that was basically it. Katie showed you the signs of I have some of that in my personality. When I'm done with it, I'm done with it. I don't owe you an explanation for anything. When I'm done with it, I'm freaking done with it, and that's it. And I'll walk away from it. And that's what I saw with Katie, and I just laughed because it made sense to me. I was like, y'all, she's done with it. She don't really care to hear what y'all have to say. If she don't feel like she owe you explanation, screw you. And that's what I saw. Again, they were still questioning the ownership of LaDom. Well, how much of it does she own? And why do you care? Robin and Giselle, why do you care? Robin, sell that damn house. Giselle, finish your house. When y'all two get that stuff together, promise you, you won't even be thinking about LaDom. You'll be so busy. So busy. And here's this other thing, Robin. Worry about that tattoo. They talking about getting a tattoo. Her and Juan getting a tattoo instead of getting rings. And Giselle was like me. Cheap, Patty. She's like, what the hell? Yeah, I can't. Some things is just what I want for me. And if I ever agree to marry, I'm sorry. Somebody's going to have to make my finger sparkle. That's just the way. Yeah, my finger needs to sparkle. I might not have to have the big party, but I'm going to definitely need my finger to sparkle. I'm sorry. I need a sparkler that came out of your bank account. I need that. That's what I want. Anyway, that's just me. Again, that's me. Moving on. So we see Candace and Chris. You know, we like Chris. Sitting down, and then they contact Dorothy through FaceTime. And oh, Miss Dorothy, honey. Candace, this hair is nice. This weave, this last weave she had, color, combination, texture, and all, length, styling, nice. It looked good. The blending is not perfect, but it's as close to perfect as I've seen her since she's been on the show. She has a strange grade of hair. I've been watching it for quite a while. She has a very strange grade of hair that is, there's certain grades of hair that are very hard to get a perfect match. And she's one of those people. So you have to stay up on it. Like she can't roll weeks with a sew-in. No, she got to stay up on it. She would need to be seeing the hairdresser like each week or every other week with a sew-in. Definitely. But she has that strange grade of hair that's hard to match. But I like this. This looked good. Okay, so she's talking about, taking over the mortgage the first of the year. And they call and they tell Dorothy. And it kind of stopped Dorothy in her tracks. And I'm like, now, Dorothy, what you get ready to do? What you going to do now, Lord? And Dorothy did just like I thought she would. She started lashing out. She started talking about, I taught you everything you know, and oh, I'm proud of you, and this, that, and the other. But then it was like that backhanded shit. I taught you everything you know, and, sometimes I feel like you feel this is a competition. I'm like, what? And Candace just played her to the left and was like, girl, I ain't even get into this with you. And this is what I saw. I know that old controlling ass behavior. I told y'all before, my mother has that controlling ass behavior. Is why I try not to accept things like that from my mother. No, baby, I don't want you doing nothing like that for me. Because I don't want to be withholding to you. That's just not my thing. I just don't want to deal with that part of you. I don't. But Dorothy's ridiculous. She did all of that, and I said I could see it all over her face. And it stumped her. And she felt the break in that control. She felt before we even get there. She felt the break in the control. And the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. We're going to talk about it. So, let's go forward. So, Michael and Ashley get together with Sheila. And they do a little yoga session and all that, and then they surprise her and tell her about the baby. She was so happy. Now, she was genuinely happy. She cried and she, seeing this sonogram, and she's like, oh my God, it's my grandbaby. I'm like, yeah, and yeah, I expected that, because a lot of times when parents, mothers especially, have kind of failed their child and then they've gotten their life back on track, they make really great grandparents, because they are really, I guess, making up for some of the mistakes they made, and they try to be the best at it that they can. And I've seen that, some people who were the worst parents have literally, I've seen them be some of the best goddamn grandparents that you've ever seen, and I definitely seen that with Sheila. So that was really, really cool. And she was extremely ecstatic about the pregnancy. Michael, again, standing over there in the corner looking like an idiot. And I'm like, do you feel trapped, Michael? Do you feel trapped? Do you feel like you've just been bamboozled or wound in? That's the look. And we're going to talk about it. I ain't done yet. So that's that. So now let's go to the day of, which is the last thing that they did this season, which was the event for Karen, for the unveiling of La Dame. And we see Candace and Dorothy getting ready. And Dorothy sat right on camera. You could tell there's tension between her and Candace, and said, oh, well, you're acting like a little bitch today. I don't know why, but why would you say that to your daughter on camera? Girl, you're out of order. Somebody was acting like a bitch, Dorothy, but it wasn't Candace. And Candace wasn't even doing anything. Somebody was definitely acting like a bitch, but it was not Candace. I said, girl, you need to really pull yourself together. Anyway, so they go on to the party. First thing that happened, they was ready to cut to a commercial break. I said, y'all try me, honey. I looked up, baby. They was all standing around, and they looked, and baby, Miss Katie pulled up and through. She pressed, you hear me? Katie hit that door, baby. Hair was on fleek. Makeup was done. Outfit was nice. Baby, Katie was looking good. She looked like Katie from season 1. She rolled up in there on them giving former model. I said, yes, Miss Katie. The category is model. She rolled right up in there. Katie was looking good and refreshed. And she came in there like nothing ever happened. I sat here and screamed. You hear me? Scream. I was so here for it. So here for it. Because some of the treatment was just a bit shabby. It was a bit shabby. She was driven to some of how she, lashed out. I was just so glad. Now y'all can stop talking shit. She got herself together, baby, and she ain't no charity case. She came through there. She pressed up and through there. You hear me? So I was here for it. And they all looked all stupid. Oh, look at you. Look at you. I said, y'all some shady bitches. But she came in there and stunted on them hoes. I was here for it. So still doing, Giselle and Robin, I wanted to smack the two of them. Why y'all gotta be so extra? Like there was the bottle and it was underneath a glass cover. They want to lift the cover and all this. Like, why you always got to be so extra? Go somewhere and if you go take y'all's ass and sit down somewhere. They got on my nerves. Like, I was like, see, people like that's, I would have wanted them to leave. What, you doing too much. You're doing too much. Anyway, so Karen come in. She looked good. She had on a gold gown and all of this. And she went and changed her clothes and then put on this white lace jumpsuit. I said, come on through, Karen. and did her little speech, and she thanked Giselle, and she said, Giselle's my friend who kept asking all the questions that kept me on my toes this last past year, getting everything together. They still being shady. But Karen showed them, honey. And this is when we went into the whole thing. They were trying to figure, bro, why you drinking water? Ashley, you pregnant? She's like, child, no. I don't blame you, girl. I wouldn't have told them either. So she ain't told them nothing. And then when they showed her baby shower, I didn't see none of them at the baby shower, so maybe they wasn't invited. Anyway, I said, ooh. Anyway, so they start wrapping up. This is when they start wrapping up the season. Baby, they were saying, Karen says, well, you won't be able to buy the fragrance tonight, but it will be debuting in retail stores coming up very soon. So they was giving Karen stunted on them hoes. And LaDame debuted and rolled out at Bloomingdale's. I said, work, Karen. She stunted on you hoes, honey. I said, where'd you roll out at with your cosmetics, Giselle? Target? Yeah, girl, real highbrow, honey. Anyway, Robin sold her house for $36,000. I think she made a $36,000 profit. That's nice. But what was that look? You had that gold turban on. Yep, you look older than your mother that was sitting there. I was like, what the hell is that shit? And her and Juan did get the little tattoos. You see my thumbnail, honey. They got their little tattoos, and the little boy was giving. They did this little kiss, and the little boy was like, yeah. I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. But you finally got what you want, girl. You got him to commit to something. He committed to a 5-minute tattoo, girl. You got it. You did that. Anyway, Giselle done moved into her house, but she's still working on it. There's still some things to be done, but they have moved in. So at least she gets to get rid of that rent payment at the other place. She can use that money toward the house. And then we found out that Candace and Dorothy, like I said, honey, Dorothy and Candace ain't even speaking. They communicate through Chris. They're not even freaking speaking. They show Candace going over making her first actual full mortgage payment. But her and her mother ain't even speaking. I told y'all, that mother is a hot-ass mess. Hot. You hear me? Hot-ass mess. It said she just won't even take her mother's calls. And then the other thing I said, we were going to talk about Michael and Ashley. So you got this whole baby thing going on. Giselle, though she was out of order, that she would even say it on camera, you a dirty bitch. But she said it. She said, that's right. I believe Ashley's pregnant. She ain't that prenup up. It's like before 5 years, she had to slide that baby, and she slid that baby right. Giselle, I believe it's true. I definitely believe it's true. And I think that's why Michael's face is looking so stupid. Like, God damn, I didn't make it. This bitch just slid this baby in on me. But for you to say it on camera, you are a dirty, rotten something, honey. A scoundrel, honey. But anyway, that was it for the finale. The reunion starts next week. I will see y'all here for it. I definitely believe the reunion. I think that Potomac's going to have an explosive reunion. I think there's going to be some problems. I don't think it's going to be a kumbaya situation at all. And I'm here for it. Because there's some things that really need to be said. We can go ahead and want to say it. Stop all this playing. Anyway, I'll see y'all for the reunion next weekend. Later.